TitleMatchNetwork.com.
What happened between you and Jerry Sags in WCW in a matchup?
Well, one of the things that happened that started a lot of the grief was Kevin and I got paid real well when we came in. And a lot of guys who were there took pay cuts. Now, not because of us, and we didn't know anything about it. But some guys were making like $350 grand a year, and they came to us, and they weren't working. Back then, they didn't even run house shows because they couldn't. They couldn't draw. And so they said, we can't give you $350, but we'll give you $300. So a lot of guys agreed to it. Apparently, the Nasty Boys agreed to take a pay cut. And when they bitched about it, the way I heard it was Terry Taylor said, well, Hall and Nash getting all the money. So right away, we got some heat.
Right.
And we get heat anyway. It's just, I get heat anyway. I don't care. I like it, But so we're heat seeking because we're obnoxiously happy. We're walking around smiling and laughing because we get paid and we don't care who knows it. And so what happened was, and I've known them forever. I knew them when they broke in Brad Rangan's camp in Minneapolis. And I consider them good friends, and I still do. But what happened was, we were told to hit the ring. We're somewhere, and they're wrestling some Mexican wrestlers. And me and Kev are supposed to hit the ring and lay them out with chairs. So I always go first because I'm faster than Kev. So I slide in with the chair. I straddle one of the Mexican guys who's down, and I waffle Sags with the chair. And when I swing a chair, I swing it. To me, it's like, don't ask me to hit you with a gimmick because I'm going to hit you. I'd rather not do it or I'm going to do it, and I'll take it the same way.
Right.
But I don't do the I send it. So I hit him. I didn't know that I'd potatoed him. He rolled out of the ring, and he had his back like this, and I thought he was feeding me. I almost hit him again from inside the ring to the floor because I thought he wanted another one. Because before we went out, Nas went, make sure you lay it in. Lay it in. So what happened was, now he comes back and he's got a big goose egg on his head. And he's like turning the corner, and I'm sitting there talking to Kev, and I said, oh, Kevin, I said, I potatoed Sags, man. I said, I am so happy, because I guess he was delirious, and I thought he was feeding me for a second one, but I didn't do it. And I said, man, I am so happy I didn't hit him again. I said, I almost hit him again. I was kind of doing a nervous laugh. Mm-hmm. And at that moment, Sags turned the corner with a big goose egg. And he sees me and Kev going, and he's thinking, they're taking my money. Now they're taking liberties with me. That guy potatoed me on purpose, and he thinks it's funny. This is the way I perceived it. He perceived it, because I've known him a long time. And so then, now we're in some other town. We're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, something like that. And it's Ming and Barbarian, Nasty Boys, and me and Kev. And like one of those cluster 6-man, 3 tag team deals.
Yeah.
And the finish is Kid, who'd wrestled earlier, is supposed to run down, throw us a gimmick. We're supposed to knock everybody out and keep the belts. Now, Kid got injured, so he doesn't come down. So now it's time to go home, and there's no Kid. So we're going, what is going on? Now it's really getting out of control. So the Nasty Boys start throwing furniture in the ring. So they throw, Sags goes stomping down the steps, throws a plastic chair in the ring, comes stomping back down the steps. Now I pick up the chair. You threw it in the ring, you dummy. Yeah. So I pick it up. He comes walking in, looks right at me. I got the chair like this, and I did like Sabu does, like Kevin Sullivan does. It's a plastic chair. He's looking right at me. I think he's paying attention. So I push the chair at him like that, and it hits him, and it rattles, and people go, ooh. By this time now, Ming is hitting me, because we're the heels, and their other 2 teams are like babyface. So Ming's hitting me with working shots, and Sags is drilling me with live rounds. But see, he's stiff anyway, so yeah. I don't really think anything of it. He's like, bam, I'm going, whoa. And then Ming's hitting me with the working thing, and then bam, I'm going, man, wow. Finally, I look at him, and I realize he's raging. He's mad. He's seriously mad. So I just pushed him away, like, what's your problem? He knocked my tooth out.
Did he really?
I lost a tooth, man. He knocked it out into the 5th row. And it punctured my cheek, and your mouth is so filled with bacteria that my face was like this, and instantly. So I turned back around, now blah, 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 it's over. Then we finally get them out of the ring. I'm standing there, me and Kev got the straps, we're standing there, I turn around and Kev, and I go, Kev, is my face all messed up? He goes, what the F? And I said, it's Sags, man. And Kev goes, marches back in the locker, picks up Sting's baseball bat, and he goes, say the word, he's dead. And I said, Kev, he thinks he's right, man. He thinks he's right. Because he thought that I was taking liberties with him again. Because Kev was going to kill him. Kev walked in there and just swung the baseball bat right above his head and said, "You want to find out who's got stroke around here, you mother effers?" And, you know, so I go to the hotel. We're all going to go out and party in Baton Rouge that night because this is a sweet little party town. All the Mexican boys, Rey Mysterio and Hoovy and Conan, they all come to my room with Kev. And I'm sitting there with this, my face real sore, and I can't laugh because it hurts. And they all go, "Come on, let's go out." I'm going, "Screw you, I ain't going anywhere like this," you know. So Bischoff calls my room that night, and he goes, "Hey, God, I heard what happened, you know, oh my God." He goes, "You know, he's fired. I'll fire him instantly." I said, "Man, don't fire him. I've known him 20 years. I said, he's got kids." I said, "I don't want to work with him anymore." But I said, "Don't fire him." And, you know, I think what happened was he ended up sitting at home for a long time, and he got paid.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen him since then, you know, and it was just something that happened, you know. It wasn't, I didn't intend for that to happen to him, and he intended to hurt me, which was wrong. I mean, the way I look at it is, if you had a problem with me, you should have fought me in the locker room. Don't hit me with live rounds in the ring when I'm giving you my body. I mean, I'm leaning my face out there, and he's hitting me with everything he has. And when you're supposed to be that mad, like you can lift a car off a baby and stuff, one thing I'm proud of, this dude's hitting me with everything he got, and he can't even knock me out. But that's what happened.
People know that your struggles are so public that, you know, people print them in newsletters. You know, it's acknowledged on television, where some other guys, you never know.
I never really was keeping it a secret myself. I thought it was a bad idea for Eric to do it as part of an angle, and the higher ups in Turner made him stop after a certain amount of time. It doesn't. You know, I am proud of my behavior, but I'm not. You know, I mean, I'm ashamed of some of the things I've done. I'm ashamed that I hurt some people's feelings who didn't need their feelings hurt, but you know, I try to look at something positive out of it, and if maybe there's one kid out there who goes, "Wow, man, you know, maybe Scott Hall," you know, and he said, man, when he did the shoot interview of Feinstein video, man, he said, you know, drinking ain't the answer, you know, maybe drinking and drugs, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's fun, but you know, it ain't the answer. So I don't know. I mean, I never was really trying to keep it a secret. I mean, plus, see, you know, I did this thing all these years later. I don't have a computer. I don't read the dirt sheets. I don't really care what people think. I care what the fans who paid money, I care what they think by their cheering or booing. I care what the people pay me think. I care what people say to me when they interact with me in the grocery store or the airport. I don't care what a bunch of dudes sitting around who can't get laid think, and they're writing, "We had a 2-star match." You know, I don't care what a bunch of internet marks think about me.
How did it come out? How did it come about when you were finally released, or you left WCW?
I think it was the fateful German trip. I was dating a girl, Emily Sherman. Her uncle, Brad Siegel, is the president of TNT. And I knew Brad and his family and stuff. And Emily's a real sweetheart, a real pretty girl. We were dating, and she was part of the international thing. So we were in Germany, and I was at the bar, and I went to high school in Germany, and I traveled to Germany a lot for events, and you know, I had a lot of German fans, a lot of German girlfriends. And this girl that I knew was in the bar talking to me, and Emily was there talking to me. And Emily and I had kind of decided that we were not going to see each other anymore or whatever. And so I was talking to this other girl, and the girl wanted to give me a gift. And I have it at home. She made a doll of me, like out of a sock puppet like thing. It was kind of cool. I still have it. Cool. Anyway, this chick wanted to give it to me, but she didn't want to give it to me in front of everybody in the bar. She was embarrassed. So we went up to my room, and Emily used her authority as a WCW representative to get a key to my room and come in my room unauthorized. So then she came in. I'm there with the girl. Nothing's going on. The girl's handing me a gift, but Emily blows up, and a food fight ensues, and I'm drunk, and so by the time, and we're up all night. Now we got to go to the airport and fly out, and now Emily and I are still bickering and stuff in the airport. And, you know, when you're on an international flight, you can't be real loud and stuff in the airport, because in Germany, the guys walk around with machine guns in the airport, you know, security. So there's bickering and loud talk going on between Emily and I. And so they come to me and say, you know, you can't come on a plane, because it's, you know, I'm going, well, just leave me alone, please, Emily, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone, okay, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure a lot of it, you know, I'm not saying it's her fault. I've certainly had my share of it, but a big argument ensued. They wouldn't let me on the plane. So I just went back to the hotel and flew home the next day or whatever. But that was the start of the end for me at WCW. Just
Now, one time when you were gone, I don't know how closely you followed it, but they teased that you were coming back, and they did a couple angles, and then Goldberg like went on TV and took what was supposed to be a contract with your name on it and ripped it up. Were there plans for you to come back, or?
I don't know. I don't remember hearing anything about Goldberg doing something like that. I know Goldberg didn't like me. I don't understand why. I helped him a lot. His first road trip, I helped. I said, ride with me. I get free cars. I get free rooms. And he wasn't anybody then. He was just starting out. But and I introduced him to Barry Bloom, who ended up, you know, helping him get a really lucrative contract. But I don't remember anything about that. Like when I barely watched the show, even when I was on it.
Yeah.
You know, so I had a lot of stuff going on outside of wrestling, and wrestling was a release for me. Like, I enjoyed performing when I was there in the ring and stuff like that, but I had other distractions outside of it, so I really didn't even follow what was going on, especially if it wasn't me or my buddies. Like, I didn't really follow what Goldberg did, you know, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Did you always have a plan kind of in the back of your head that once you got stuff situated, you would go back to WCW?
I don't know. I never went back there, did I?
No.
No. I've been really blessed that, you know, I came from humble beginnings and I was able to save my money, and then, you know, I saved the money from Razor, and then, you know, WCW was really good to me, and I saved money there, and I made some investments that, you know, not all good. I got some property, you know, I had good advice, and my goal was to just retire early and sit at home and you know, just do nothing. And I did that for a long time, and just recently, I mean, it's been just 5-6 weeks ago, I realized that the sit at home thing is not good for me. It's you know, too much time in my hands, I get in trouble. I get bored, I do stupid things. So I just started recently wrestling again in Puerto Rico, and I'm wrestling for the WWC down there, World Wrestling Council, Carlos Colon's company, who I worked for years and years ago, and I'm their champion now, and working down there, you know, a couple times a month, and really enjoying it, getting back in shape a little bit. And, you know, I worked there at this autograph thing here this past weekend, and wrestled for the Clown Posse the other day, and gonna do some business with them. And my goal is to get back in shape, and I'd like to go to Japan and then decide if I want to work in the U.S. or not, because I believe that I have another run left. I don't believe you can burn bridges. I know that despite what my personal flaws or defects may have been in the wrestling business, I still know that as far as my work was concerned, there was never a problem with it. You know, my behavior outside of the ring sometimes was certainly unacceptable, but my work was always, you know, what it was supposed to be. So I believe that I could work wherever I want, you know, as long as I, you know, act like a gentleman. So that's where I'm at now, man. Stay tuned.
TitleMatchNetwork.com